A year ago, I thought I was doing everything right, but I clearly wasn't. So let's get into that. Hey everyone, today I want to share with you 5 lessons that I learned this past year that could have saved me a lot of time and energy and just stress overall, and I think they're important to know. So for a little bit of context, last year I struggled with a lot of consistency and figuring out how to balance my life. I'd always be low energy, very tired, give too much of my time away, or not know how to manage that. So I just wanted to share what I've learned this past year and how maybe you can better yourself, or how maybe you can help yourself like I'm doing. Okay, so I wrote everything down so I can keep track, and it might be a little bit long. It's probably, the video is probably gonna be like 5 minutes, but number 1, consistency beats motivation. Okay, so the lesson you can learn from this is you don't need to feel motivated every day. You just need to figure out your consistency and push through even when you're not motivated, because consistency creates results, not motivation. So how I found this out personally is I was always waiting for the perfect time, or like the perfect mood, or the perfect whatever to get something done. But when you wait for those perfect moments never come. Like, they never come. Or when they do, they come so rarely that you're never going to get anything done. You're never ever going to complete your goals or get your progress. You just watch your life go by and without completing anything. And it's sad. Honestly, it makes you more unhappy. At least it made me more unhappy. And that is why you need to show up even if you don't even feel like it, because then you're going to start getting results, and then you'll be happier seeing those results. So at the end of the day, waiting for the moment isn't going to get you anywhere. It's just going to make you procrastinate and not get anything done. That was harsh, but it's the truth. Numero 2, okay? Rest and sleep are non-negotiable. When you don't sleep or you don't rest, you're never going to complete your goals. You're just never going to complete whatever you're striving for, whether it's energy or health or creativity. You're just not going to get it. And I wish it wasn't the case, but it is. Last year, I always pushed myself too hard, and I was thinking that more hours meant more results, but that wasn't the case at all. I honestly got really overloaded and frustrated and upset, all because when I was too tired, I would still say, hey, I can hang out with you, I can do this with you, but that didn't work out. And I always put others before what I needed to do or get done, and it didn't help me at all. Also, if you don't sleep enough, you're gonna reach burnout way quicker. And so I think you need to find a balance. And yeah, now I've kind of found a more consistent sleep schedule, and it's changed my life. Really. I can't emphasize that enough. Sleep. You need sleep. A little more on sleep, but if you think that non-sleeping is going to get you faster results because you're just going to be working, it's just not going to work. You're going to hit burnout. And honestly, sleep boosts your focus. And if you're doing all those things and you're not getting any sleep, you're not going to be focused. You might not do something correctly. You're going to mess up, make mistakes, a lot more of them, which, yes, you learn from your mistakes. But do you really want your sleeping problem to set you back? No, I didn't think so. Let's get a sleep schedule. Number 3. Small habits compound, okay? Tiny daily habits do way more for your progress, and they allow you to get so much more done faster rather than doing big efforts sporadically. It doesn't work, okay? For example, you could go for a 10-minute walk or journal for 5 minutes every day, doing stretches or lunges in the morning when you wake up, and that's going to do a lot more that's gonna make a bigger difference for you rather than just doing an hour-long workout randomly during the week, or randomly I'm gonna read my book once. That's just it's not gonna do anything. It goes back to the consistency works, okay? Those small habits will work. They'll help you. They'll inch you forward. It's better to do small things over time than to do one big thing and just let it fall, okay? What was that saying? Oh yeah, the tortoise wins the race or something like that, okay? Small, easy steps, they'll get you there. Here is 4, and I wish I knew this sooner, or I wish I acted on this sooner, but it's that boundaries protect your energy. It's okay to say no. Saying no is not a bad thing. It's not selfish. It honestly creates a space that you can actually care for yourself and focus on what matters. Okay? I used to overcommit to projects or overcommit to just favors or social events, and ended up extremely drained, extremely tired. I got nothing done. And learning to say no changed my productivity and honestly made me grow a lot more than I thought I would. Yeah, I don't know how else I can say this. This is coming from a chronic people pleaser, by the way. You need to say no. You need to learn to say no. It'll help you. Okay, it'll help you. It sucks. It's hard and it sucks, but it will help you. Number 5, okay? Last but not least, progress is not linear, okay? You never know what life is gonna throw at you. You never know what's coming, okay? There will be ups and downs, and sometimes you can't always be perfect, okay? You can't be perfect. It's inevitable. We're human. We can't be perfect. I thought missing a few workouts or missing anything was gonna kill me. Like, I was like, oh, I'm just a failure. I just failed. I didn't get this done. I didn't do this. But the truth is, you're going to have ups and downs, and that doesn't prevent you from having progress. You just have to go with your ups and downs. You're gonna lose your progress when you just think, oh, I'm failing. Because then you just stop in your tracks and you're frozen and you can't get around what you're struggling with or what you messed up on. You have to learn to grow with it and go with the waves. It'll help. I promise you it'll help. The consistency wins a lot more over time, okay? Wait. Consistency will get you farther over time. That sounds better, okay? Because, yeah, you might mess up, but if you keep going, it's okay. You will get there. You will eventually get there. If you mess up and you stop and you say, oh no, now I have to restart, it's just not working, you're not going to get anywhere. You're literally the person taking yourself back and putting yourself at step 1. Continue on. You'll be okay. So in closing, the 5 things that I wish I knew a year ago were consistency, rest, small habits, boundaries, and accepting setbacks, okay? Accepting setbacks, boundaries, all of them are big ones. And as soon as you do that, you will see progress. You'll see progress. But what would you tell your past self? Okay? Reflect on this year. What would you tell your past self? And tell me in the comments. Okay? Just remember, it's never too late to start because every step counts. And the sooner you start, the more progress you'll get. The closer you'll become to getting your goals. Period. And she's out. Bye. Have a wonderful, splendid day.